a few problems as both teams made their way out onto the park. Campion College in the full red kick, Carthy in full blue. There was a bit of a kit clash as well earlier, and Carthy had to change because they also sport red as their primary color. But these are teams on different ends of the financial spectrum, if you will. Carthy, they always need a supporting hand, especially in regards to finances for their teams. And Calabar or Campion College, on the other hand, they do get the support regularly from the PTA especially. And again, it's just going to be interesting to see just the dynamic as well as the different storylines coming to the fore in this one.
And as I said, interesting group, a lot of opportunities for the other teams. Kingston Technical did make it to the final of the Walker Cup last season, had some real impact players, McCone Aldridge along others. He won't be there for Kingston Tech this year. So what it means is that maybe for a second place or third place team, there is an opportunity in this group.
Yeah, I think it's really just up to any one of these teams to take the opportunity given to them, play some quality football and really take the opportunity to get out of the group with both hands.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Campion College. Alex James in goal, Dwayne McIntosh, Terry Johnson, Brandon Mohammed, Matthew Rule, Kai Miles, the 14-year-old, wears the number 7. Isaac Henderson is their lone striker. Brian Mayhew, a 15-year-old, wears the number 10. Zidane Smith, Marquis Steele, and Elijah White. As we take a look at this Carthy starting lineup, and Jermaine Francis, of course, is in goal. Whereas number 40 in front of him, Reinhard Houghton, Richard Bennett, Justin Patterson, Aaron Higgins, Shakori Russell, Devontae Forbes, Nashawn Young, Jaheim McKnight, D'Angelo McCaw, and Naeem Walsh.
And they'll be playing with a 4-5-1 formation, Cloncarty. Of course, look out for Jaheim Daly there, player to watch, just 17 years of age, wearing that number. In fact, that will be a big miss for them, in fact. Their player to watch who is unable to start because he didn't have his identification. Wow. Their number 10, Jaheim Daly. Big loss going into the start of this game.
Well, it is going to be Campion Colleges will be kicking off from right to left. Of course, they're in the red and white. And we're probably going to hear more stories coming out of the Cloncarty camp as to what seems to be a lack of preparation heading into this game. Quite a few changes have been made, but we'll get the action on the way here. Campion College going long, high, onto the edge of the box. There's a collision as the keeper, Jermaine Francis, came out and averting the danger. Kai Miles looking to get on the end of that one, and he's down, the keeper, and needs some attention now.
We've been seeing more and more teams internationally trying to get an advantage straight from kickoff, and it was no different there. The keeper came out and was very brave, and he seems to have suffered for it.
It seemed as if it was a kick from his own teammate in the end. You can see where Campion were trying to get in. This is just what you were saying from the kickoff. Ball over the top, nice ball into the space, and yeah, the collision actually came from Forbes, the number 15 for Cloncarty. That right leg after clearing the ball, causing damage to Francis.
It's not the news that Cloncarty would want. And his teammates around him look a little bit concerned. It is their captain after all. And they would hope that he's able to continue. And he seems to be okay. But called into the action pretty early here. Ashton Blankson is in charge of the Campion College unit.
Past student as well, Blankson.
Here's Campion College again. They do try and attack in numbers and with pace, but they are forced to defend now, and they've done a good job at it. Carthy on the attack inside the box, and between the defender and goalkeeper Alex James, they managed to avert the danger there.
As I said, very young unit, this Campion College team. Both players to watch, 114, 115.
Flag stayed down. Smith, Mayhew. Miscommunication between Smith and Mayhew. It goes into touch for a throw into Carthy.
You can see that Campion is trying to leave 3 players back and leaving 1 fullback really narrow to really condense the pitch here today.
So both teams trying to settle in the early stages of this one. Carthy will feel that the longer this game goes on and it remains at 0-0, the better their chances to come away with something.
And both teams over the years not known for their goal scoring prowess. So that will be a big deal who can get in front first today.
He's down again, Damian Francis.
We see Coach Blake there. He might be thinking about making a substitution early in the game. Second time now the keeper has been down.
Campion College in the attacking third, trying to get a searching ball inside the box. It's put behind for another corner kick. Corner kick to Campion. Here's the delivery. Not a bad one at all. Trying to pull out the spectacular. Here's a shot that's over the top. Brandon Mohammed getting behind that one, but couldn't quite control it.
Yeah, that was a real defender's effort up from the corner.
Good ball into the box. Missed initially in terms of the head, and yeah, it was never over that. The knee too high from Mohammed. And as I said, real defender's attempt. Just 6 groups in the Manning Cup this year. Top 2 to go through from each group, and then the next best 4, the 4 best third place teams. So lots of opportunities for the teams here, and it's good to see so many teams in the group. So it allows for more matches in the first round for each team. 6 teams in each group, except one group which has 7. So you think about that, 5 matches for each team in the first round, or 6. So a good opportunity.
He does have pace, but not enough to get on the end of that one. Isaac Henderson. So, corner kick. Here's the delivery. Aaron Higgins doing enough. Not quite. Here's the ball inside again. Oh, 2 there. And it's hacked out of the 6-yard box, and the follow-up is in the side netting. Well, they're playing 5 at the back, Carthy, but there was no one there to mark the 2 Campion College players, who really all they had to do was make a proper connection. That was a massive opportunity for Campion.
Yeah, Campion seemed to really be utilizing set pieces efficiently. Both of their major chances so far have come from them, so we have to look out for that for the rest of the game.
And this effort is high and wide from Justin Patterson, 16 years old. As we take a look at the corner kick again, the initial delivery wasn't spectacular. Higgins made the clearance, and then it was kept in for Campion College to do this. And he really should have done better with the header there. Unmarked, didn't quite time it, came off his shoulder, and Zidane Smith would have wanted a do-over at the end of that. But he had 2 players unmarked inside the box. And the Campion College with a real opportunity to go 1-0 up in this contest, and they missed it. Here's a chance of Cloncurry now at the other end. Just trying to settle, and didn't have the room to maneuver to make the turn and then the shot. Carthy coach did say that he was a very physical team, so expect them to do Route 1 on a regular basis. And here's an opportunity here. 1-0, Carthy. Naheem Walsh makes his mark on the Manning Cup. You want to call them underdogs? Well, they go ahead against Campion College.
Well, you just said that the coach described his team as physical, and one ball over the top and Campion were all over the place. Keeper off his line. Good header by the striker. And that's Carthy 1-0.
And it's actually an assist to the goalkeeper. So well done, Francis. And very good kick out, as you said. Miscommunication at the back from Campion did get their head to the ball, and it cost them.
Campion, can they respond? Not quite. Just running out of a bit of room there, Kai Miles. But yeah, start here for Carthy, a decent one. Weathered the storm in the initial stages, and Naheem Walsh capitalizing there, giving his team the lead. Wasn't a bad header either.
And we can see the difference in quality between the two big chances. Both headers, one team in Carthy took theirs and Campion fluffed their lines.
Yeah, it always happens in football, doesn't it? A team gets an opportunity, completely missed it, and then sometimes the very next play, the opponents capitalize. They try to get a second one now. And the Campion just getting it out of their box. And now here they are trying to make it out of their defensive third. And that's a throw into Campion College. McIntosh. Nicely done. That goes up. Offside. Against Miles. Here's Campion again. Shot from distance. Wasn't the most confident take, but he managed to gather on the second attempt.
Yeah, he's been very involved so far this game, so far the keeper Francis as an assist. Clearly his kicking will be an asset to the team today.
One thing about playing at schools midweek, there's always going to be the support. And here at Excelsior High, they'll be looking forward to seeing their team a little bit later on, Excelsior, when they take on Kingston Technical. But it's always a good look to see the school children supporting the football, their teams in particular. Here is Smith trying to get one inside the box. He gets a corner instead.
Here's Campion with another corner. Brian Mayhew to swing it in. That's been their main source of attacking third so far this game. So let's see what they can come up with from this one.
Let's see if they can capitalize here with this delivery from Brian Mayhew. Again, it's at the back post and climbing well high and over his marker, Isaac Henderson, committing the infringement. And the two 11s coming together with Higgins, the one going down for Carthy. He's going to need some attention. was taking a bit of a journey was Zidane Smith on Aaron Higgins.
They're real slow in getting up. Coach Barnes barking instructions to the team. It's been a good start for Carthy though. As I said, both these schools don't score many goals year in, year out in schoolboy football, so it's a big go-ahead goal for Carthy. A lot for that man, Ashton Blankson, to think about. Spoke about the fact that he's really been concentrating on his under-14s and so on, looking to build a program from grade 7 or first form, whichever you rather. Didn't play last year because they didn't have a goalkeeper within their ranks, so didn't think it made sense. They've added to their squad, but still a very young unit.
Yeah, an extremely young unit. They definitely have a lot of growing to do, both physically and mentally. So I think win or lose this season, it will definitely be a very positive experience for them. But they'll definitely be looking to, of course, get the 3 points in every game.
Just based on the nature of the school generally, Campion over the years tend to struggle with a very physical opponent, so that's something that you need to add to them, as Donald kind of alluded from a different standpoint before, but the physical games is one that Campion has always struggled with. That's them. Did go to the quarterfinals in the younger age group tournaments, the under 16 tournament.
Under
14.
FC,
yeah. But as we said, at that level, Campion has always produced. A lot of times they get the best of the prep school players. And so when they do come into Campion before the academics take over many a time, at the under 14 level especially, they have done well. They have got to finals, they have got to semi-finals regularly. And in the under 16 as well. But it tends to peter out as they get towards the under 19
Mayhew's delivery is really good inside the box. Looking for an additional yard of space on that occasion. Miles couldn't quite get it. And that's the thing about this Carthy defense. Pretty stubborn in the early stages of this one.
Yeah, Chris, you mentioned the Campion lacking physicality. I think a big problem, them doing well in under 14, and then when they progress, they significantly drop off. A big problem was the lack of club football being played by the players. So I think the whole coaching staff in Coach Blankson, Coach Radamarcus, definitely the Kingston Football Academy has definitely gone leaps and bounds to address that. So hopefully in their eyes they'll be making strides in the Manning Cup as well, continuing their success in the under 14, under 16 level.
And to an extent, it's just the culture of the school. It's the #1 academic school, or they're always in the top 3. They're between #1 and #2 generally in terms of their academic achievements at the high school level. And the demands on the students at Campion, as I said, really come into effect, especially after second, third form. So, and that is why I think you see a lot of the players fall away. They stop playing football a lot of times. So as I said, coming out of prep school, they get a lot of the best prep school players. But then when the demands of the academic schedule take over, Campion tend to struggle as they get older. And we've seen that right throughout from the early 90s till now.
And the primary mode for these young boys from Campion to get the scholarships through academics and not through football opportunities, as most other schools like Carthy would want to get university scholarships. I think he's offside. Clearly, he took his time to come out of the offside trap. Yeah, I think he knew it as well. Wasn't any conviction in the shot.
Carthy, on the other hand, do participate in most of the sports. It's just that they haven't really been dominant in the major sports.
And that's usually because of a lack of support for the most part.
Yeah, I agree. not based far from here, maybe a 5-minute drive.
In 2017, they finished their group with 18 points. They were 1 win away from getting to the second round. But you know, they really haven't kicked on since. At the time they were coached by Colin Wilson. They've changed coaches twice since. So they really haven't kicked on.
And here's Walsh, he's offside. The flag goes up. I think it was pretty clear actually. Walsh disagreeing with the call. But again, he's used almost as the lone force up front, almost to just bully the defenders of Campion College and get away. And he almost got through on that occasion, but he just couldn't beat the offside trap.
Well, he's had to do a lot of work on his own because the distribution has not really been there in terms of quality. So he's been feeding off of scraps. Even the goal, if you think about it, it was a clearance from his goalkeeper, and he made the most of it.
Oh, this one is too close to the goalkeeper, Alex James, who's had a bit of work to do, the number 40.
But as I said, in 2018, Carthy did make great strides and were getting results. And that's one of the best showings they've had in many a year. You know, as I said, some 15 years or a bit more since they made it through to the quarter-final stage. So, but yeah, 2018 was promising. But as I said, they haven't really kicked on. Then COVID came in, and coaching staff have changed.
Restart as well, yeah.
And when they do get some form of talent or produce a player of some quality, he usually ends up in the transfer window to one of the more prominent footballing schools in short order because of the support, as you say. They just don't really get that financial backing and so on. So
it's easy for their players to transfer to just move on.
Yeah.
He's there, and the whistle goes, and still couldn't put it away. And Miles having a discussion with the referee, probably unsure as to why the call was against him.
Looks like it was handball, but
he was pointing to his shoulder, wasn't he?
He definitely disagrees.
In his first season of the Manning Cup, Kai Miles, just 14 years of age, one of our players to watch.
He definitely was a part of the under-14 team that went to the quarterfinals last year, so looks like he just skipped all the way, skipped under 16
to
and
the
went
seniors,
straight into Manning Cup.
Which is the modus operandi for students here at Campion College in skipping grades and trying to reach the highest rung academically as quickly as possible.
And you have a lot of students who even go away to college graduating at even age 16, unlike some other schools that go until 19. A lot of the Campionites sometimes go to the US on scholarship from even the age of 15, 16 from fifth form.
Yeah, that was a issue with them fielding players last year. A couple of their players that they had coming up from the season before went on to boarding school straight from fifth form, so it was definitely a challenge for them.
Even though the Campion sixth form is a well sought out sixth form from other schools, you know, even within their camp, you do have a lot of transition after fifth form.
Speaking of transition, here's Carthy. Bennett was trying to make his way through.
And Miles, he's quite familiar with the hand.
Clancarty are playing a very dangerous game. Well, both teams are. It seems that
it's pretty open, isn't it?
Yes, it seems that one pass and in the transition, and it's 3-on-1 on both sides. So they really need to sort that out. I think Campion are suffering a similar fate to what Calabar did over the weekend, leaving 3 players back. And when a team has wingers, it really leaves the centre backs really exposed for any sort of pacing behind. So
no team seems very blessed in terms of speed though so far. So it is a risk, but obviously maybe that's why we haven't seen it been detrimental so far. You haven't really seen any player with any explosive speed and the ability to just run through the defense lines. So
we see that
might help them.
We see that Clancarty, they try to go route one as many times as possible with the long balls, but can you see the pattern that Campion College is trying so far in this game?
Well, I can see the formation. They're trying to keep the front. They're pushing 5 players forward. They're trying to keep the front 5 as wide as possible. One of the wing backs advancing, the other one tucking into going to the midfield, the 2 midfielders holding. So I can see that pattern, but because of the lack of physicality in there, I definitely think Carthy is dominating the midfield battle right now. But Campion are definitely looking to pass their way out of it, and we'll see if that ploy will work.
Again, he's offside. Miles.
Yeah, that's a lack of experience from Miles. But certainly the go-to is Miles and Smith from the 2 wide areas. It's obviously at Campion, obviously with the 4-3-3, they are looking to go wide pretty often. And Miles the go-to, so he needs to stay on side as well. But yeah, they're looking to go to the wide areas and then get that ball in and around the penalty area. I just think the pace at which they're doing it has not been the best so far. And as I said, they're playing a 4-3-3, yes, but the wing players don't really look like they're blessed with that much speed. And if so, they're not very quick with the ball then, put it that way.
That was an issue for Campion the last time they were in the Manning Cup in 2019. So they ended up reverting to a 4-1-2-1-2 diamond with 2 strikers to try and alleviate the pace issue. We'll see if the coaches will try and go back to that this season.
Mohammed looking for options. Asking Mayhew to run and retrieve, and will he get there? Not before the goalkeeper. Francis had to time that run. And the keeper advancing late, but doing enough. And again, he may need some attention from off the bench. Reacted late, I felt, but still got there. Still got there in time, did Jermaine Francis. Ball sent inside, headed away. Not the most convincing clearance, but Carthy doing enough. And now they are trying to go forward. Walsh looking to get on the end of that one. You're right, one pass and suddenly you're in the attacking third, and on occasions you sense the vulnerability of the back line of Campion College.
Yeah, Naeem Walsh is definitely taking full advantage of that vulnerability.
Here he is trying to get on the end of this one, needs a good cross. Oh, just slipped at the most critical of times.
He's proven to be a very, very dangerous outlet for Carthy. Running the channel superbly well.
I mentioned before about the lack of support that the school teams from Carthy usually receive. But I tell you what, at a football game at their premises, it's usually jam-packed, and it's really an intense atmosphere when you go there and watch Carthy play in front of their home support.
As I said, 5 minutes down the road, Deanery Road.
Here's a shot that's dragged wild. There was a deflection there, a slight one coming at the back there, and it's going to be a Campion College corner kick.
Campion College maybe a little further in the northern direction.
I'm sure it just takes
Old
5
Hope
minutes
Road.
for you, Chris Taylor, so it's not a problem. Here's the delivery. And it's too much on it on that occasion. The Campion College boys were attacking it, but went underneath it instead. Shakori Russell tried to assist Justin Patterson.
We've been speaking about the physical battle, and Carthy are definitely getting the better of it.
Yeah, certainly have been better of it, and they're still not that physical. Carthy, they're not big in any means, but yeah, overpowering Campion so far, especially the 50-50 duels or even the 60-40 ones.
A couple players have slipped so far on this turf, even before the rain, so we're looking out for that if rain ends up falling today.
There's always a threat of rain on Mountain View Avenue. So I won't be surprised if...
A threat or a promise?
Isn't it? It's pretty close to a promise.
It's quite a heavy outfield as well here at Excelsior.
Richard Reinhard Houghton is mopping up the work there after his teammate Bennett lost it. Russell. This one launched to Higgins. Keeper off his line, had to retreat. Higgins needs some support. Just losing his footing again at the wrong time. I think that was one over on the far side. Oh, he's got free of the challenge, needs a good ball inside. It's a wonderful one that comes off the bar of the shot. Oh, that was fantastic from Kai Miles again. It was on a platter for his striker, and somehow he managed not to score. That should have been the equalizer.
Great build-up play. Miles busy again, as we said, looking to go to the wide areas. Miles hitting the ground, so wasn't sure he was going to pick up his teammate. Just look at the look up here and into that business area, as we said, the penalty area. And Henderson, well, he's got to score there. Probably should have gone with the left foot. Would have been an easier tap-in.
And here's Carthy now looking to go further ahead. The shot is charged down. And on this occasion, Campion College managed to get away with it. Myers collects behind the defender. Myers looking to keep up. Unleashes a shot, but it wasn't quite an unleash, was it? That just dribbled wide of the mark. And Miles is creating a lot of havoc over on that far side, that right-hand side of Campion College.
Partly why he's a player to watch, as we said. Campion looking to go to the wide areas. Miles again, not a bad attempt. Looking for the far post, which was the right idea. Just a little bit off key, but Henderson, that finish there. When you go with the outside of the boot, especially on a field that's not very even, you always run the risk of a slight bobble, and then once it comes off the hard part of the foot, it's going to go up. Had he used a left foot on the inside of it, he would have gotten a lot more cushion for the finish. So not the greatest technique from the Campion number 9, and it's cost him his first of the season.
Well, we've been speaking about their experience and lack thereof, so I think that really played a part in that chance, and even the chance earlier to Smith. We see him losing out there, so we'll see if Campion can continue to create more of these gilt-edged opportunities and see if they can take any of them.
Here they come again. Miles again. And Francis holding on and holding on tightly.
Bad technique by Miles on that occasion. Going with the outside of the boot, not necessarily the right option. Very difficult based on his position. Again, the ball wide to him. He's clearly the go-to player on that side, but delivering to the box, not the best.
On that occasion, yeah. He's broken free again. Surely the chance for Campion College is fully taken by Kai Miles. The 14-year-old has got the equalizer for Campion College, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, good build up by Campion. Again, Miles the go-to player. And this time the technique was perfect. Lovely ball, not the best defending though by Carthy, but yes, with the instep and powered past goalkeeper Francis. And it was a Captain McIntosh with the pass, the Campion number 3. And yeah, Miles, he's been the go-to player. He delivers in the 38th minute.
He's been threatening all games so far down that right-hand side. Chance after chance created. Now he's finally got one of his shots to go in. And now we have a game on.
Here's a shot that goes straight to the keeper.
Well, his technique is certainly better when he shoots, so maybe you should shoot more and pass less.
He said
especially in those positions.
So Campion College finding parity.
We'll see if Carthy persists with their tactic of hoofing it long to try and get their outlet on the ball. Seeing that Campion are creating so many chances.
White to McIntosh. McIntosh receives it, goes through 2 defenders trying to get by a third, and does. He's on it, and it's delivered inside again. It hits the bar. Well, that's incredible. Zidane Smith on this occasion couldn't hit the target. Campion College, they've had chance after chance after chance, and how they've just managed to score 1, I just cannot understand.
Well, we spoke about the need for better quality in terms of the passing. Excellent this time from Miles.
Goodness.
That was a lovely ball. Great technique in terms of the delivery. Inside of the right boot. Picked out Smith perfectly and he just couldn't cushion it. I actually think Smith went to it and approached the ball in the right manner, but it got too close to him in the end. And yeah, maybe waited a little bit too long to make contact. And it forced it on the outside of the crossbar. Unfortunate for Campion, but a good build-up yet again.
Yeah, that's why he's not playing on the 16 level. He can manage the bigger boys, Kai Miles, and the really good players know how to make that step up. The 14-year-old Kai Miles has been instrumental for Campion College this afternoon so far.
Yeah, the right side. There's definitely been a right side bias to Campion. Their captain McIntosh and Kai Miles have been wreaking havoc down there. That's where all the chances are coming from. It's just for up to them to take it now. And they definitely are pushing for 1 before the break. Let's see if they can do it.
And they've also realized that obviously Carthy are weak on that wing as well. I think Richard Bennett in that position has struggled. He had the kick and miss a bit earlier that allowed that. And then the left back, D'Angelo McCaw,
who's going to be taken out now.
Well, no surprise. He's struggled on that flank as well, out of position. And it's allowed Miles to get in more times than not. And obviously with a goal now behind his name, Miles, a lot more confident. Look at that delivery. That delivery was easily the best he's put together so far in the first 40 minutes.
He's also injured, I should say. So he's going
McCaw.
to be replayed. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunate for him, but it's been a struggle for the left side of the Carthy defence.
Jamar Cummings makes his way onto the park.
And if he's going into a left back position, not often you see a number 9 at left back. So let's see. Well, he's not going into a left back position. He's actually in the center of the park. So maybe a bit of rotation will take place.
Not often you see that either, but
Well, here's Campion College. The flag goes up now against Isaac Henderson. Seems as if Bennett is going to be playing in the left back position.
seems as if there was an in-game adjustment there. Another player moving to occupy the space that Makar was taking up. The substitute looking to play in the center of the park.
Another change as well. Number 7 is out. So Bennett, the two players we said were struggling, they're out. Bennett is out, and so is Makar. And
Is it Nikuma?
Laird. Yeah. So Laird is on.
So Bennett was in that left back position for all of 60 seconds before he was taken out. And Laird is coming on, or has come on.
Well, Bennett was on the park all along. In fact, he was the one with the kick and miss that led to the goal.
Keeper coming out, and he does well to collect that one quickly.
He's actually been pretty solid in the back line. Yeah, he's been very busy.
And he has the assist as well.
Yeah, he
His
has the
kicking has
assist.
been excellent.
Yeah. And we've seen so far Campion not very good in the air. So that first delivery does put the Campion defense under a lot of trouble, a lot of pressure. And because they're allowing the ball to bounce, which at the high school level you'll always hear the coaches say, no bounce, no bounce, you know. They were guilty of that for the Carthy goal. You see another long clearance again. It's not attacked by Campion.
That might be a reason why both of Campion's fullbacks are so narrow, to try and deal with the second ball.
It's almost as if they're sure that they're not going to win the first. Carthy, I mean. Cummings on the ball. I'm not sure where he thought he could have gone with that, but he tried it anyway. The heights of his ambition on that occasion. Patterson cut down.
That's a poor tackle there by the left back. Steal. Hasn't been a particularly dirty game though, so looks like the ref is going to be lenient and not give him a card.
So Cummings is behind this one for Carthy. They have sent 4 players inside the box looking to get on the end of this one from Cummings. Let's see what kind of delivery he'll have. And there was a connection there on the end of that one, and the keeper slipped up. They haven't cleared it properly, still a chance. And was that inside the box? The referee points to the spot. It's a penalty to Carthy. Patterson was the one who was cut down right on the line, I felt. And that belongs to the referee, who immediately pointed to the spot.
Yeah, poor challenge. You could hear the connection from here. And it wasn't even threatening the goal. This is a ball put into the box. It was a good one.
It was from Patterson, in fact.
Yeah, not well dealt with. Oh, the goalkeeper. And yeah. Patterson will take it, the captain. And James, well, he's not been the best so far.
Well,
Can he provide a big moment?
Not the longest run-up. Justin Patterson. Well, let's see what he can do from 12 yards. Oh, now he steps back. Patterson connects. Oh, that's a good penalty. Calm and easy as you like for Carthy. Their skipper converting the 16-year-old putting that one away. And Carthy, they're in front once again on the stroke of half time. Alex James was rooted to the spot. And Patterson on the score sheet for the first time this season.
Carthy have had nothing really going for them in the latter part of the first half, so against the run of play this, and just like that they are in front again after Campion wasting 2 or 3 opportunities. This is a tackle here on Patterson. Oh yeah, that was very late. That was Forbes.
No, it was Steele actually.
Steele, sorry.
Marky Steele.
Yeah.
The keeper managed to hold on. The second attempt here as Campion College were hoping to get an equalizer before the interval, but both teams, I suspect, will have to regroup here. And the Campion.
And the challenge was wild. We'd just spoken 2 minutes before about a poor challenge on that side as well.
Yeah, 2 poor challenges in a row from him.
From Steele, yeah. Gave away the free kick and then the penalty.
And that's it for the first half. And it's been an interesting encounter between these two teams. Carthy with the go-ahead goal. And Campion equalizing through Kai Miles. And Justin Patterson, you saw before, with the go-ahead goal after Naheem Walsh had put them in front in this contest. And let's see if Carthy will press on in the second half, or if Campion College will find a way back into this contest. The story of the second half. And again they'll go route 1, and they don't mind playing that ball game at all. I was a little bit surprised with the possession stats. Carthy with the majority of the possession in that first half at 55%. It didn't look like it initially.
Yeah, it definitely didn't feel like it, but you know, the possession stats are there for a reason, and they showed out the reality of the game so far. Campion with the chances and Carthy with the possession.
I think the second half is going to be intriguing as Campion College try to force themselves back into this game. They have their particular style of play. This one punted long inside the box. Henderson trying to get that one across the face of goal. Earns the corner kick for his team.
Yeah, Campion had a lot of corners in the first half. Mayhew swinging them all in. A couple of them were a bit long, but let's see if he can get his delivery right in this second half.
That's 5th corner now for Campion College. Can they capitalize on one for first? Mayhew's delivery, not a bad one at all, but needed a first touch as he was attacking that one. Matthew Rule coming out of the heart of the midfield there inside the box to try and control. Patterson with the goal kick. He's back there to sweep it up again. Late challenge coming in from Mayhew. Free kick to Carthy. Patterson again is the chief architect behind the set pieces.
Looks like this one is about to go long as well.
That wouldn't be a surprise at all. To the edge of the box. Header flicked on, but nobody there to attack it. And it's back in the possession of Campion College. You know, for a 1 o'clock game, it's really cool conditions here. It's a bit windy, blowing slightly. Well, I was going to say in favor of Campion College, but to be more accurate, it's behind them at the moment. Trying to skip by his marker, Terrain McIntosh. Mayhew lost it and won it back. Captain McIntosh with the throw. Ball played inside. Henderson couldn't get by Reinhard Horton, and Domain Francis is back there. Reinhard Horton just stretching his right leg there. I believe he was stretching it, but he's going to get some attention.
This game has been a real clash of styles so far. Campion trying to keep the ball, trying to progress it down the wings. Carthy really just kicking it long down the center, but that's not to be said as a negative thing, because as a team you have to know your play style and really work towards it, and that's what they've been doing. And here we go again, and here's another win of another duel.
Campion College getting majority of the possession so far in the second half, but the transition hasn't worked out for them so far. Wang gives it away. Mayhew couldn't keep that in play. Carthy doing what's best for them, them being much more physical. They believe that they can win the duels and the long balls. Mayhew realized that he had to hurry. Offside. Miles wanted that ball from long before, a little bit frustrated with his teammate, and couldn't quite venture back out of the offside trap.
Brian Mayhew has been trying to really increase his influence on the game in the second half.
Walsh, haven't seen a lot of him in the second half so far, but he does well to get by his marker. Walsh probably needs some support, and just couldn't get by 3 in the end. And Campion College will get a free kick. The referee spotted an infringement over on the far side.
Walsh is really proving to be a very, very dangerous outlet today.
Yep, he's a handful. Miles kept his footing. Miles drives that one, the keeper spills it, and it's hacked knocked out of the area by Clan Carthy. And here they are coming forward. Oh, that's really good work from the middle of the park, and the ball sent inside the area. It's a big chance for Clan Carthy, but the flag has gone up for offside against Jamar Cummings. The game opening up even more. The ball over the top, but no issues there as we take a look at the opportunity before. Managed to get the shot off, you know. And the France is doing enough, but should have done better in holding on. And then Cummings at the other end. Well, the flag had gone up against him. He was in an offside position. Second time a Clan Carthy player has been caught offside. And they have a couple of players down who need some attention.
Well, maybe it's a good thing by default that Johnston missed the ball, the Campion centre back, because had he touched it, he would have played Clan Carthy back on side. We're seeing this so often at the start of seasons with the struggles. This is the first goal for Clan Carthy, and it was Naeem Walsh, their number 21, with a good finish. Headed over goalkeeper James, who was in no man's land. Campion started to push and got back in it with their player to watch, number 7, their 14-year-old Kai Miles. Lovely finish with the right instep. That came after 38 minutes. And Campion were taking over the game at that point. But then a bit of recklessness at the back, and they gave away a penalty. Campion, well finished by the Clan Carthy captain Justin Patterson, and that came in stoppage time in the first half.
Back to live action. Miles delivers. Oh, just over the top. Obviously was the intention was a cross. It was too close to the goalkeeper, too close to the goal. It went behind for a goal kick.
All three Campion attackers really staying high, wide, always on the last line of the Clan Carthy defense. It's really been causing them an issue all game, but Campion have just not been clinical enough at all.
Hit the crossbar on 2 occasions, Campion. Well, hit the woodwork. Once the upright, once the crossbar. And they also had a header which was cleared off the line as well. So 3 really good opportunities. You'd have to say all 3 should have been buried. Weren't half chances by any step of the imagination.
Here's the captain, McIntosh to Miles. Ball over the top again. Campion desperately looking for that equalizer, unable to do a lot in the attacking third, and now they have to do some defending. Shakori Russell plays this one inside, and Walsh couldn't get around that one. Oh, nicely done, Wang. Nicely done by Miles. The dummy worked, but follow through there, hurting Isaac Henderson in the process, but he should be fine as the flag goes up for offside. Nice build-up play by Campion College. But the final ball on, especially from the middle of the park, at times the quality lacking.
Yeah, I think what Coach Blankson is saying is, even though he had the overlapping runner, he should have played that ball behind the defense line there, inside. That's where Carthy would have been vulnerable. Just didn't see that play, as you said.
Oh, that's the wrong position to do that. Naeem Walsh on the charge. Walsh! Oh, goodness me. Did the ball take a bubble before he tried to hit that one? Because it turned out to be a nothing shot. And it's disappointment for Walsh.
He kicked the turf as well, Walsh. And luckily for Campion, he didn't make it 2 on the afternoon for himself.
Walsh is going to get some attention. Carthy will also be making a change. Walsh has been a real force up front. So for Carthy's sake, you hope that he's able to continue. But they're just holding off on the change, I think, just to make sure if Walsh is okay first. The crowd making some noise as you see the attention being given to the Carthy striker, because Excelsior's in the building. That's why you heard the cheers just now. Excelsior players coming out to do their warm-ups and prepare for the second game of the doubleheader. They'll be facing off with Kingston Technical, as we see the substitute warming, or trying to keep himself warm before he gets onto the park. Beswick.
Seems as if he'll be coming on for Shakur Russell. Still waiting to see if Naeem Walsh will be able to carry on.
Well, they're just waiting on the substitute. Carthy playing with 10 players at the moment. Here's Campion, and ball put behind at the very last moment by Aaron Higgins, and the change is going to be made. Well, not yet. Still trying to ascertain the fitness of Walsh, who's still getting some attention, and the word has come that he's going to be okay, and Reinhard Houghton is coming off. Beswick on. There's a ball inside, handled by Campion College. Punted long, the keeper is off his line though, read that early. He's growing in confidence, isn't he, goalkeeper Demain Francis?
Yeah, he's really had an air of confidence about him all game, really. He's really been one of the protagonists, one might say, for this game so far, with his kicking, even his early injuries, but he's definitely been playing his part in this game so far.
Manages the time well without actually overdoing it. Ball through the middle, and Miles deciding to go into traffic, but his team still in possession. Gets it back. Miles effort! Class! Absolute class! The 14-year-old gets his second of the game. Miles placed that one to perfection. And the Campion back in this one, getting the equalizer. It's 2-2.
Tight space, but made the most of it, Miles. We used to see him in the wide areas, but this from a central position, and it was excellent to get the ball out of his feet like that. And Miles, 2 in the afternoon. So do Campion. Smith with the assist. And that was a quality finish by Miles. It looks simple, but not easy to find the far corner with that.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't easy. He really adjusted his position to get the shot off properly. And Coach Blankson of Campion really told us before the game that he'll be the player to watch, and he knows his players better than anyone else, so he's really come and put on a show today.
They've proven that way.
Campion College doing some defending now.
And that's what both teams have struggled with doing this afternoon, just giving too many opportunities to their opponent from a defensive perspective. Too many errors at the back, too much space. And you see, as you say, a lot of unsurety, not necessarily good with their footwork. On the Campion side of things, not good in the air. And that will be something they'll need to rectify as the season goes on, especially if they look to progress. As we said, a group of 6, top 2 go through, and the 4 best third place teams, so 3 out of 6 could go through.
Here's a chance for Campion as this ball played inside the area. And no problems for Damian Francis.
And Miles has reverted to his right-winged play again.
More excellent distribution there by the keeper Francis. Always setting Carthy off on the attack immediately.
Well, we spoke about Francis a little bit earlier and we're singing his praises, but we're going to have a chance to look at the equalizer from Campion in short order. And I reckon that his positioning wasn't the best. He was pretty unsure as to exactly where he was in goal. As if you take a look at his positioning,
well, we won't really see him here. That's just a finish. That was an excellent finish though. And I think even if his position was better, he might have struggled to get to that finish from Miles. One of the things as well is that he would have been, well, let's look at it after this. One of the things that goes against him as well is he didn't have great sight of the ball from Miles, because it did come through a crowd and where the ball was, and that's a poor challenge.
that was more out of frustration from Henderson actually. Really jumped into him and tried to get between the player and the ball and created that collision.
That could have been a card.
A lot of the times you're seeing Campion fouling way more than Carthy, and I think it's because they're overcompensating the physical aspect of the game, because they know that, you know, they aren't the most physical, so they try to overcompensate and really be aggressive.
But there's a way to be aggressive as well. That's reckless. That's as poor there. There's no technique in that. There's still technique in terms of how you challenge, how you use your body, and that is where they're lacking Campion, just historically, generally. You know, their technique in terms of that.
So we're going to show the other angle where you will be able to see the keeper's positioning
for the goal.
And I reckon that he just drifted a little bit too far over to his right. You can see that he's backpedaling there.
Let's see how much he can see here though. So it comes to,
look where he is.
Yeah, but there's no, he would come towards the near post because the ball went to that way, but he's unsighted. And that was my point. He's not able to see. The ball was actually under the foot of Miles, which is why I was giving so much credit to the finish. For him to get the ball out from his feet like that into the far corner, that's great technique.
So you reckon that the goalkeeper was aware of his positioning in that moment? That's what you're saying?
I'm saying the goalkeeper didn't really have any time to react and didn't know where the ball was, so he couldn't reposition himself. He would come to the near post because the ball went that side of the goal, so that actually was good from Francis.
Yeah, he was probably anticipating a left-footed shot from Kai Miles there.
Yeah, Miles did the right thing. What he did was, what Francis did was to cover his near post, which is what you're supposed to do. So yeah, I think more credit to the finish.
There's Campion. Carthy. Again, the ball being forced into the attacking third, and not a lot came from it. Ball played through the middle, the keeper is out, and the flag goes up for offside against Miles. He cannot believe the call.
He's been caught offside quite a number of
times. Yeah.
But it's a good tactic. He's their talisman. He's really been pressuring that backline all game. And Carthy
just his timing a little bit off, right?
Yeah, just a tad bit off. But if you continue doing that, the greats of the game, you have great strikers such as Pippo Inzaghi, for example. He lived offside, but he eventually always got his goal, and Kai Miles has two, and he's definitely looking for his hat-trick today.
I guess you get better at it with experience. At least that's a hope. You don't want to be scoring goals and...
I guess Inzaghi wasn't always living the life.
In this day and age, and VAR being involved,
yeah,
it can be heartbreak at the end of the day.
For sure. You get away with a lot less now.
I tell you what, if Kai Miles was at another institution, he would have been on the radar of a lot of schools looking to pry him away. But you get the impression that his focus is probably to stay at Campion College. And just do what he can there. Here's another wonderful delivery inside. Francis got a fist to it. Another opportunity there that, well, not a lot of confidence behind that shot. And
that's the left back steal once again. He's not having the best of games, and we got forward there for the first time in a very long time, because his role is really just to really be that inverted fullback, keep the control for the team.
Well, he doesn't overlap a lot.
Yeah,
he doesn't overlap a lot. There was another top delivery by Miles into the box. And as I said, yeah, the confidence low for Steele. Conceded a free kick, which then led to the penalty, gave away the penalty as well. So it was a double whammy for him. But yeah, in that area, on his preferred left foot, he's got to do better there. He had so much space and time inside the 18-yard box. You've got to hit the target.
I'm going to put the question to you, Chris Taylor, as to your thoughts as to the possibility of Miles actually staying at Kingston, at Campion College.
Well, it depends on what his goal is, Miles. I mean, he's just 14 years of age, so as I say, yeah, lots of promise. Maybe in some of the more formidable footballing institutions. I'm not even sure if he would be playing at 14. That's a surprising thing. They might have had him in the academy, and he might have come off the bench one or two times. But it all depends on the other side of Miles as well, in terms of the academics, his parental background, and so on, in terms of what they want and what is the plan. So, and when you look at Campion over the years, they don't really have a high transfer record, if you think about it. And
to receive
they're focused.
Give.
Yeah, and even though they play football and you've had talented footballers that have followed through, the plan is always the academic side of things in terms of scholarships and so on, career side more than and not an academic career, not footballing career.
Well,
things can change, of course, but
the assistant coach Eric Radamarcus, he did an interview recently. He spoke about using the Campion program and the Kingston Football Academy program to really give these players a chance to get trials in Europe, because a lot of these players went to Europe recently and got some good results, including Kai Miles. So I think a lot of these players, such as Kai Miles, these really talented players, will be staying at Campion as an opportunity to not only go to college abroad, but also to, if they want to pursue football, also have the opportunity to get a trial at a European club, a big European club.
Isaac Henderson acting surprised at the call.
He's been really in the trenches, one might say, today. A lot of fouls being given away by him, but I'm sure that's his role, an active striker, really making the defenders know he's about.
not involved enough for my liking, though, Henderson, in terms of being busy in the 18-yard area, not enough touches in and around that area. And even when Miles has gotten the ball, more times than not, it has not gotten to Henderson. So maybe he needs to look at the positional play as well. I agree that he's been busy working, but you want the work to be positive.
McIntosh delivers inside.
A problem I've seen with him, Henderson, so far is when
Miles trying to thread that one through, and it goes all the way to Jermaine Francis.
A lot of the times when you see Smith and Miles trying to push that last line, maybe it's a tactic employed by the coach, I'm not sure, but you see Henderson will be dropping into the midfield. Maybe he's allowing them that space, but I think because of how Clancarty's defense is sitting and they have the space, I think he has a space to follow through and push that last line along with the wingers. So I think maybe he should look to do that some more. Maybe substitutes will start to impact the game. Campion has yet to make one. Clancarty have made several so far, so we'll be looking out for that.
Well, one of the things with Smith and Henderson, the communication is not at its best right now. If you notice, a lot of times they've gotten in each other's way.
Exactly.
That's part of the problem. So in terms of positional play, they're almost closing each other's space. So one defender can mark two of them, and that's the mistake. So Smith probably needs to drift wide a bit more to create that space and pull the defense apart. That is something that Miles has done a much better job at, and hence he's been more successful.
As we take a look at the Sportsmax app moment of the game, and Mars with a fantastic punch there. Miles with a hit inside the box, usually provider, and then drove that one home, and that was his first goal. Kai Miles, and it's a Sportsmax app moment courtesy of the Sportsmax app. Of course, you can download it to keep abreast on a lot of the sporting action, including schoolboy football and the UEFA Champions League. Lots of football in action today in particular. You can also watch the Sportsmax Zone on it as well, and many other sporting events. So we have about 15 minutes to go in this one. Still locked at 2-2.
I think both of these teams will be pushing for a winner because both of these teams don't usually get a lot of points in the competition, so it will be imperative that they use this opportunity to try and collect all 3 points, because we don't know what's going to happen when they face the big guns of the group, the Excelsers and the Kingston Technicals.
Ball played through. Miles trying to get there, but the Clancarty defender covering the ground well. That's Justin Patterson. Campion College with the majority of the possession, now eclipsing Clancarty. Campion with about 54% of the possession. Again, they're breaching lines. The keeper coming off his line had to retreat. Took forever to make the pass, and when it came, it wasn't a very good one. And the momentum is gone, but they tried to pick it up once more through McIntosh. And Miles gets there, lofts this inside the box, headed away, sort of. And it's put into touch for a throw into Campion.
That's yet another corner for Campion College.
Here's the delivery. That's not a bad one at all, you know. Still inside the area, trying to get a shot off. An opportunity is there, dragged across the face of goal. Henderson again. In a good position, but couldn't hit the target.
Good build-up play again. The deliveries into the box have been good from the dead ball opportunities for Campion. But yeah, they need to improve their heading capability. And certainly their finishing. Get a little bit frantic when they get inside the box. They just swing their legs wildly instead of concentrating on technique. And there's another example. Well wide in the end. And another scuffed attempt.
Yeah, there seems to be only one Campion player with a bit of composure in front of goal so far.
And he has two.
Oh, lovely burst of speed there. 4 to aim for inside the box, and it was deflected, and it goes behind for another corner kick. But he did well there to go into second gear. On that occasion, Matthew Rule.
Let's see if Brian Mayhew can create another chance for Campion with yet another corner.
Yeah, this time from the far side. 6 players inside the box. It's their 6th or 7th corner kick, Campion College. Here's the shot that's over the top. So we have about 10 minutes to go in this contest, plus any time added for stoppages. Maybe significant. Carthy trying to time manage well in the second half. They've been doing so since the start of the second half, actually, when they had the advantage.
Earlier I spoke about how maybe both teams will be looking for the win. It seems as if Carthy will be satisfying with a draw. Campion definitely pushing for the win, more opportunities, more possession. Let's see how the game plays out.
Miles plays it through. A chance for Campion here, trying to force the shot, and he was under pressure. He also had support as well. But in a panic, decided to shoot, and there was not enough space for him to shoot. Miles again. Miles trying to make a decent delivery, but the defenders responded to it. There's Mayhew. Carthy player is down, and he'll be getting some attention now. Yeah, I think there's going to be some time added for stoppages.
So far in this second half, we haven't been seeing Naeem Walsh as much. I think an adjustment was made by the Campion. There's been an adjustment by the Campion coach to really leave the defensive midfielder Elijah White further back to deal with the aerial threat.
This is Kingston Technical warming up, by the way, as they'll take part in the second match of the doubleheader against this Excelsior team. But here you're making a point about the Carthy situation and
Walsh
and Walsh in particular, and the adjustments that they've been making.
Yeah, I think Campion definitely made an adjustment, leaving their defensive midfielder further back, creating more of a 2-3 shape around the back, and Carthy is only leaving one player up, so that has allowed Campion to really gain a foothold in terms of possession and really allowed them to build up from the back, because Carthy is non-existent press, only long balls being played. So definitely there is the player in question, Elijah White, having a very good game, a very solid game. So let's see if Campion can continue to progress and force the issue for the rest of the game. 8 minutes left. Let's see how much stoppage time will be added as well.
And that was the first half story as well, in that Walsh was not really very much involved. He didn't have a lot of the ball. There was no support coming from the midfield in terms of the distribution. So he was working off scraps. We did make that point in the first half. And the one scrap he got, he made the most of it. So it's no surprise that he's still not very much in the game.
Oh, Miles does well. And the challenge coming in, still on his feet, Miles. Tried to win it back and just couldn't, and then the challenge from behind. The infringement on the play as he tried to win it back. Young Kai Miles.
Yeah, that was a foul by Miles, but good defending on that occasion by Higgins. Putting himself in the right position at the right time. Aaron Higgins. But yeah, Campion, Campion has been the more enterprising team in terms of what they've been looking to create. They just haven't finished very well. But if you look at how Carthy look going forward, they haven't really constructed their play very well, even though they have 2 goals to show, which came out of nothing really. If you think about it, it was 2 poor challenges that led to a penalty, and their first goal was an assist from the goalkeeper. So yeah,
got hit on his calf. Not too serious an injury.
You know, all this game we've been talking about the physicality and lack thereof of Campion, but when you look at it, it's really been the Clancarty players that have been suffering with injuries so far today.
Oh, that was a wonderful takedown, but just couldn't beat the defender on that occasion. Walsh. Oh, it's found its way through. Here's a chance for Campion College 2 to aim for in the middle, and it goes straight to the goalkeeper. Damian Francis, who must surely have been counting his lucky stars on that occasion.
And even despite conceding 2 goals, he has to be in the running. Probably won't get it, but he has to be in the running for the man of the match.
Well, he's in the running. Campion College calmly transitioning from the back.
he might be in the running, but he won't be on top.
Campion again just losing it out in the middle of the park. The Clancarty team, they've had more bodies there, and they've interrupted Campion on several occasions in the second half.
And when Campion gets a free kick as well, their players going forward have a tendency to turn their back on the game. That's something that, it needs to be looked at from the coaching staff. That's a lack of awareness, bad positioning.
So free kick to Campion College. They've sent bodies up Campion, and this one is driven wide of the mark by Brandon Mohammed.
Remember, Mohammed having a chance in the first 5 minutes where difficult technique, the ball was high and cleared it way over the bar. It would have looked more like a rugby finish than a football finish.
And even then it wasn't anywhere close between the sticks. So, Kai Miles for MVP. Let's keep this discussion short.
We definitely can. There's definitely other candidates with Francis and Walsh from Clancarty, but Kai Miles has definitely been the standout player today.
You're the type of person that takes minutes during meetings, right? Ball played through. It's a big chance, but the flag has gone up against Henderson, who, well, must be cursing his luck. Because if he's had the opportunities, he hasn't converted, and when he is clear through on goal, it's offside, and the complaints go on.
Good vision by Miles on that occasion as well with the pass. But yeah, Henderson, you look at how he positioned himself as well. No surprise that he kicked it wide, even though he was offside, because he didn't open his body to accept the ball very well. But yeah, Miles certainly has been, to me, leaps and bounds ahead of the rest in terms of what he's put together. And you look at even the deliveries that he put into the box, he should have had a couple of assists by now, maybe 2 or 3 at least, to go with the 2 goals.
Yeah,
so
definitely has created a couple of big chances for Campion.
Yeah, and Campion, based on what we've seen so far, they should have. Well, they might still leave with the 3 points.
Had a really good game as well, and Miles, well, that's not like him at all. I think he probably was in a couple of minds whether he wanted to take the shot as well as providing that pass in the end. He He did both. He did neither. And it went straight to goalkeeper Domain Francis.
And based on his first goal and how well he's been kicking the ball, he should probably have gone for goal. He definitely went for the pass, but I agree, he couldn't make up his mind early. And the pass was too close to the keeper. But it's not as if Francis's handling has been perfect. So even if he went for a big shot, the chances are there would have been a rebound even if Francis was there. So yeah, at this point in the game, you probably should have been looking for the shot.
Yeah, Mayhew. Miles trying to put that one to the edge of the area. Campion will recycle. They try to move on quickly. Smith. Ball over the top. Looking for Walsh. Couldn't quite get there. McIntosh lost it in a dangerous area. Walsh loses it to McIntosh, who's had a pretty decent game at right back for Campion College, I must admit, the captain. Here's Henderson with another chance. Henderson! I was actually looking for a deflection there. They pointed for the goal kick, which means that he really skewed the shot.
The deflection was only off the water ball board after it went out. But again, Henderson, good position, as you said, making himself busy, but the quality of finish, that's something that's been lacking. Apart from Miles, that's been lacking in the Campion unit so far this afternoon. They should have had at least 3 or 4 goals already. Or maybe 3 or 4 is even being nice. And so much space allowed there by Carthy. Campion not making them pay. This should have been 3 points for Campion. It doesn't end up that way.
6 minutes going to be added on for stoppages. And I'm not surprised by the number. In this situation, could have been a 6-4-9 as well.
Francis has been doing his greatest job to try and see out this game. But unfortunately, it seems that his time wasting has added on a bit of time as well.
And another big clearance. But if you really think about it, the chances that Campion have gotten, he hasn't saved any of them really. They have just missed them to the woodwork and so on. So even though we've said his deliveries, how he's kicked the ball and so on, he hasn't really made any telling saves if you think about it, Francis. And that's the part that would be disappointing for Campion. That they have had some point blank opportunities. They haven't found the back of the net yet. 2 really good moments from Miles.
Well, here's the ball played inside. And again, no issues there for Francis as the ball was played from Matthew Rule, looking for Miles.
Seems as if Campion has made a late tactical adjustment. As you can see, Henderson has drifted out to the right wing and Miles is playing in behind.
Yeah, Miles has gone into the striking position. As you see a lot of times with 4-3-3, the top 3 will rotate quite often.
Well, this is a very late rotation.
Well, better late than never.
Henderson out wide, looking to deliver. Miles waiting inside the box. Mayhew collects. Mayhew delivers at the back post. Oh my goodness. He had the space there, you know.
Was that between the sticks?
Close enough. But it was Matthew Rule, who's usually provider. He was at the end of that cross and couldn't keep the shot down.
Not for the first time today. A lot of these Campion players have been busy, but busy has not been enough. It's not been enough in this case.
Yeah, Rule just leaning back there, and obviously when you're going to take a ball on the half volley, very difficult technique, but you have to lean over it. And he was rocking away, as we would say, in Jamaica, and yeah, no surprise that it went very high. Again, another glorious opportunity for Campion.
Oh, nicely done. They lost possession though.
Carthy have switched off in the last 10 minutes or so. They're just lucky that Campion's finishing has not been very good. Because if you look at them, look at the body language, very flat-footed out there, heads hanging, just going through the motions.
I think they're busted actually.
That can maybe point to maybe a lack of minutes in pre-season as opposed to Campion, who haven't made any substitutions, but their players still look very sharp right to the very end.
Ball inside the area, picked up by Alex James, who hasn't had to do a lot of work. Henderson would want to forget this game quickly, but does well to hustle and win it back for his team. The least he could have done, but he's done it well, Henderson. Especially now being asked to play out wide. Here he is on the ball.
Miles is asking for the ball, but he's offside.
Mayhew.
Clearly offside too.
Henderson sends this one, looking for Miles over his head. Rule was trying to get there. Miles picking it up. Miles can't get by the second defender, and that was a good clearance. Now the ambitious ball over the top, but James saw it all the way.
Well, James will be happy that the second half has been very quiet for him.
Not a lot of time for stoppages. Just about 2 minutes remaining for Campion College, who have been doing a lot of the attacking in this second half. But here's Carthy. Can they steal something here? An opportunity that's wide of the mark.
He is offside anyhow.
Jamar Cummings, yep.
When the ball is on the ground, though, it must be said, Campion are very composed in terms of how they play the ball out of the back. In the air, they look vulnerable. They're not good headers of the ball. They don't make themselves big. But when it's on the ground, very composed and calm about how they pass it out. I wonder if they could transition some of that up front, because they need a lot more composure in and around the 18-yard area.
Unfortunate that he tripped on the ball on that occasion, Jamar Cummings. Campion College, they have a minute to go. Carthy, they have done really well in repelling the attacks of Campion. At times stopping them from advancing from the middle of the park. This one is played into the attacking third now, but too much on it. And with just seconds to go, Carthy really and truly should just see this one out.
Campion making a substitution. I'm not sure why, but anyhow, on the front foot, they shouldn't be looking to waste any time. They should be trying to go for the winner.
Yep. Henderson swings this one inside. Lovely touch. The follow-up saved by the goalkeeper. Demain Francis in the way of that shot. And the Campion College at the very end could not get it done and to get the 3 points that's they so badly craved. In the end, Carthy, although they had the advantage on a couple of occasions, would be glad that they've come away with a point in this fixture where they were clearly considered to be the underdogs. You can see the frustration from Alex James, and it's really a sign of what Campion College figured that they could get from this game, but in the end they didn't. Just the 1 point, and Carthy will receive that point with even more smiles. At the end of the day, they do share the spoils, Campion College and Carthy. After 90 minutes, it's 2-2.
Well, the full match highlights, and Campion started off on the front foot, good delivery into the box, and we saw that throughout the 90 minutes. Their deliveries from the dead ball situation were good more times than not, and this should have been a goal for Smith. Their number 11, a weak header, had all of the near post at his mercy and couldn't finish. And then this lovely clearance by Demain Francis, not dealt with by Campion, allowing that ball to bounce there. And yeah, Naeem Walsh with his first of the season, good finish over goalkeeper Alex James, and that came after 12 minutes. As you see here, Campion backing off and not dealing with that ball well at all, and Walsh, that was a quality finish. 1-0 to Carthy. after just 12 minutes. Naeem Walsh off the mark. They're number 21. Didn't see much of the ball in the game. Campion, they continued to come forward, and Kai Miles, their best player on the day for sure, pulling wide, good delivery into the box, and Matthew Rule couldn't make it count. Should have gone with the inside of the boot. Matthew Rule went with the outside and the slight bobble before putting it onto the crossbar. Miles continued to come forward. This was, well, not the best delivery from him, but there was more to come. Nice pass from the captain, McIntosh, and then that thunderous right-footed shot by Kai Miles after 38 minutes. Their 14-year-old number 7, and Francis, no chance between the sticks. And Campion were off and running in their first match of the season, 1-1. That was after 38 minutes, and had a celebration to go with it. Then indiscipline at the back for Campion, and giving away a penalty. That wasn't good work by Alex James either. He was lucky there. And then, yeah, a bit of a wild challenge coming in from Steele. Gave away the penalty, and it was clinical from Justin Patterson. Oh yes, into the far corner for Patterson. His first of the season, and Carthy had a 2-1 lead in first half stoppage time. Then it stayed like that until this moment. Again, Miles making himself busy in and around the 18-yard box. Smith with a pass, and look at this for a finish. Sumptuous finish by Miles. The ball caught under his right foot, and to find the far corner like that was brilliant by the number 7. Good finish, 2-2, and that one after 63 minutes. Miles with a brace, and was certainly looking for his hat-trick, making himself busy. But let's look at this for the finish here. Oh yes, the goalkeeper unsighted, but even if he had seen it, I don't think he would have had much of a chance. Miles was still busy on the right hand side. Good delivery into the box, and Steele looking to make up for his penalty giveaway, couldn't find the finish. Scuffed left-footed attempt. Campion continued to come forward, this right before the end, and Smith with a left-footed shot. It was weak, and Francis got rid of it pretty quickly. That was over the bar, and that's all she wrote from referee Carvel Banton. Let's have a look at the full match statistics. 2-2 after 90 minutes, 17 shots from Campion. They have to improve their ratio though, just 5 on target. 3 from 3 for Carthy, and they had 2 goals. That was better, but they died away after the night as the game went on. Some 17 fouls. Campion, well, they need to improve their tackling, and some 5 offsides, 3 for Carthy. Majority of the possession for Campion, but they couldn't make it count. After 90 minutes, it's Campion College 2, Carthy 2. Let's hear from our man of the match, Kai Miles.
Thank you. I am here with our Digicel man of the match, and I will be presenting it to number 7 of Campion College, Kai Miles.
Thank you.
All right, Kai, it would have been your Manning Cup debut today. You're only 14 years of age. Sum up your debut for us.
Well, at the start of the match, I was a bit nervous, but as I got into things, it just felt a bit natural to me. So I did miss a lot. I did miss some chances though, so I probably need to work on that. But I think I played pretty well, and it was a good debut in my opinion.
All right. So what else can we expect from you going forward in the Manning Cup?
More goals, definitely. That is my main aim. Also to carry Campion to the round 2 or the second round, or even maybe further, because I believe that our team, if we have the right mentality, we definitely can do that.
All right. Thank you, Kai, and all the best.
All right. Thank you.
I am now joined by the coach of Campion. Coach, you had to come from behind twice in the game, showing some amount of character. Were you surprised by the Carthy team and their approach today?
Not surprised. A little disappointed how we allowed the goals to score. But as I said, there was character, there was fight, a number of chances, probably 3-4 off the bar, a number of chances to finish the game. Frustrating overall result, but happy with the fight from the youngsters.
You made no substitutions in the game. Was that due to the fitness levels of your team or just the lack of depth?
I think our team is a young team, so a number of youngsters on the bench. It will be their first time in Manning Cup, so we're just giving them a first chance to see the entire environment, and they'll get their chance in the future.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yeah, man.
And I am joined by the coach of Clan Carthy. Coach, a very physically taxing game for your boys. You've secured 1 point. Are you satisfied with your team's performance despite taking the lead twice in the game?
Well, based on the circumstances, I think my boys, being young, they did well. And I have to accept that 1 point is enough. We have to just go back to the drawing board and encourage them to do better next time. But I think I am okay with what they did today.
You made quite a number of changes to your personnel on the field, especially during the first half. Were they tactical adjustments or tired legs, maybe?
No, some were, but we had some issue on the field where the communication between some players were kind of off. So before we lost the match in that way, we made the changes necessary to bring back the team where they were comfortable playing.
All right, thank you, Coach. All the best.
Blessed. See.
At the end of 90 minutes, 2-2 between Campion College and the Clancarty High. Clancarty came close to coming away with a win after taking the lead on a couple of occasions, but Campion College did show fight at the end to get 1 point from this.